What's up, guys and girls? It's EP with Styles of Life. Now, I know it's been a minute that I haven't posted a video, but I'm back at it again. Only because I've been putting my focus on school. I'm finishing up school and I just finished, got my straight A's, I had to go 100% in that. And there ain't no other way about it, so I had to put my time and focus and finish strong, and that's what I did. And I'm going to actually be talking about that this coming Motivational Monday, talking about priorities and knowing your priorities. Keep a lookout for that. But as for today, it is Fashion Friday. And for today's topic, I'll be talking about accessories. Mainly matching accessories and how to match accessories. And proportions of accessories. You guys know that I'm a firm believer of proportions. Reason being is that if something's improportionate, that word is a funny word, but if something is improportionate, it just doesn't look right to the eye. And when it comes to outfits and clothing and fashion and style, it really depends on proportions, because that's what makes you stand out, because it makes you look right. Now, the term right is dependent on the eyes, and when something looks right, that's the best way to explain it, because it's just right. You know what I mean? Like you see a person and it just looks right. And when you see something, they can be wearing the same outfit, but the sizing is completely different and it's just wrong. And that's the same thing that applies to accessories. First off, let's break it down, alright? Into, let's say, a couple parts. But anyway, first off, we're going to talk about matching accessories. This applies to jewelry and leathers. I like to wear leathers a lot. I wear a leather belt, a tan raw leather belt. It used to be really tan, and then over time, that's a whole different story. That's like raw denim. I could talk about that all day. Raw leather and just raw material in general. I love raw. That was nasty. That was nasty. Anyway, so when it comes to leathers like bracelets and belts, you want the colors to match. Another thing with belts, I'm going to start off with belts. So main thing about belts, make sure that it matches your shoes. So if you're wearing black shoes, make sure your belt is black. If you're wearing tan shoes, make sure your belt is tan. If your shoes are like a burgundy or like an oxblood, make sure you have a belt for that too. And then what I recommend is going for like a dark brown casual belt as well. Braided belts are nice. They're really casual. They can go with sneakers, like white sneakers and stuff like that. So when you're wearing sneakers, you don't really got to worry about dress belts. But the number one rule for dress belts, that's dress shoes and dress belts, is that the leathers have to match. All leathers have to match, because you don't want to see someone wearing black belt with brown shoes. It just does not look right. It looks wrong. It's not proportionate. No balance. And then here comes the bracelets. When I bought my leather belt, my casual leather belt, I got a leather bracelet with it because they're both raw and they age over time. What I found is that the bracelet aged a lot quicker, just because it was used a lot more. I mean, it's in your hand, so it gets darker, but I don't want to go into too much detail with that. But for bracelets, make sure that all leathers in general, make sure the leathers go with the leathers. So the main point of this whole first part is basically colors have to go with colors. And that's the same thing with jewelry. You have to wear silver with silver and gold with gold. You don't want to be wearing a gold chain with a silver watch, or a silver or a gold watch with a silver chain. Like, for me, I have a silver chain that I wear every day. I mean, this was handed down to me from my family. So I keep it on me at all times. And this necklace, if you can tell, it has like one of those links right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It might be blurry. I don't know. No one's working the camera because I'm a one-man team. But these necklaces, they stay on me forever because it's really hard to take them off. You have to like bite it, apply pressure, whatnot. So it's kind of hard for me to wear gold necklaces without taking this off. And I don't take it off, so I don't do that. What I do was tuck it in. And I don't really work with necklaces a lot other than this one, but I keep this tucked in at all times because it's for my own. It's for myself. It's not to show off, or I don't like showing off my necklace or anything. I don't want to attract too much attention, because you know what? I am the attention. Nah. But yeah, so even with that though, Accessorize, I have this silver piece right here on my neck bracelet. You can see it a little bit silver on my necklace, so I have to have it to match. That's the thing right there. Belts as well. The belt buckle, that's the most important part. If it's silver, definitely silver and silver. You know, you don't want to have a gold belt buckle and like a silver watch or a silver necklace. Yeah. So if anything, remember that color has to go with color. Silver with silver, gold with gold, tan with tan, black with black, dark brown with dark brown. As far as the leathers go, that's more of dressy occasions. When you're wearing casual, dark brown is a very casual color. Black is a lot more formal. And don't go with reversible belts. One of the main things is just because it's 2-in-1 that men get it, don't do that. Just get 2 different belts. That square belt buckle looks so tacky. It is tacky AF. I don't want to say that for, but makes me sick. This goes out to all the guys out there that wears reversible belts. Don't get a reversible belt, alright? This next part is also very important, just like how important the color combination is. The fact of the matter is, proportions is so important, and that applies to jewelry in the sense that, jewelry and accessories, excuse me, in the sense that depending on your outfit is how much accessories you should wear. For me personally, I have a 3-strand rule. 3-strand rule when it comes to just a t-shirt attire. So if you're wearing a t-shirt and just jeans and like sneakers, you know, very cool casual outfit, especially for the summer, you want accessories on you no matter what, because it gives it that touch, you know, just that touch that looks right. But you don't want to overdo it, because if you got like a whole like 10 bracelets right here, you'll look silly. It doesn't look right. It's not proportionate. But if you don't have anything, it'll look naked. Trust me on this one. You want to look finesse, you know? You want some finesse on your outfit. And then let's say you add another piece, another layering piece. So let's say you add a jacket, which I always recommend. If you guys don't know what kind of jacket you should be wearing, check out my 3 essential jackets for both men and women. I'll link that down below in the description box. But yeah, so if you're wearing a jacket, that's when you pull in the watch. And normally I'll pull in my watch right here. I got a silver trim black leather watch. Just keep it simple. And with this one, I put on my black belt because, you know, it's a black band and it's silver trim, just like my necklace. And I throw it on with a bracelet in front of the watch just to have that extra touch. And then the watch really pulls out. It's a fat face, and then when you put on a jacket, it lays nice and you can see the watch. Or if you're wearing a suit, you know, you want it to be, especially with suits, I can go into detail with that, but when you layer on more clothes, that's when you can layer on more accessories. And that's for you to know, and it's nice to have that peeking out. So like, just because it's not visible all the time, but you have a lot, since you have a lot, it makes it more of a possibility and a chance for someone to notice that you are accessorizing, and it just looks more right to the eyes, you know what I mean? So like when I'm wearing a jacket or something, and I normally accessorize both hands at this point, because I'm wearing a jacket, because chances are you might not see one. Chances are you might not see one or the other. But when you wear both hands, you increase the odds of someone seeing. And I mean, the whole point is not for someone to see, but it looks more right because it's something that grabs attention. That's what you want, but not too much attention to the point where it looks wrong. You want it to look right. And then rings, guys. Rings. Rings is a hard one because people out there are married. They have to wear a ring, and you know, I hope they get the right ring. Me personally, I have one ring that I wear all the time, 24/7, no matter what, just because I like this ring. Honestly, it's a black ceramic ring. It was given to me. It's a story behind that. Maybe I'll share it on Storytime Sunday someday. But as far as rings goes, you don't want to wear too many rings unless you're a ring person. I mean, but that's when proportions come in. And the thing is, you want to stay simple, you know. This ring is what really sets it apart for me because, you know, it gives my other hand accessories, you know. And I recommend everyone out there look into a ring, like a ring that, you know, that appeals to them. This one just, I like black. My favorite color is black. So that's like a huge thing to me. And, you know, that's one of the things that rings are like more Jewelry is like, there's sentimental value behind some jewelry, and rings is one of those. That's why there's a lot of things associated to rings. And I could go into rings. I could go deep into rings, but I'm not gonna do that today. So, the two main things with accessories: color matching accessories, color matching leathers and metals. Always don't mix and match leathers, colors, and metal colors. Don't mix and match. Second thing, balance. If you're wearing a t-shirt or short sleeve, not too much. For myself, three strand rule. So like 3 bracelets, or like for this one, it's like a 3 braided one. Keep it simple. Don't too much. One hand to either or. And if you're layering up, each layer you can add another layer of jewelry or accessory. So if you're wearing a jacket, you can do 2 chains if you want, but I recommend, 1 chain or no chain. No chain is the safest bet, but 1 chain is not too bad. Just don't have some fake flashy chain. That's the worst. If it's gonna be a chain, make sure it's real. And if you're layering up, both hands for sure, and 1 watch, bigger face, so it sticks out, not too fat. That's about it, guys. If you liked my video today, please click like, click subscribe,